Money, baby. Don't have it. Just kidding.
Sponsor us on Patreon at the link below.
Sponsored by Duke Energy.
This episode is brought to you by Audible. Hey, are you interested in getting to the High Republic or any other era of the Star Wars audio dramas?
I fucking wish.
Can you imagine sponsored by Audible?
I would read that ad like it was my last words on earth. The first ad read we ever got.
This video is sponsored by Del Rey.
Oh
man.
Punch it!
Welcome back to episode number 65 of Hyperspace Hype. Man, we have finished a book, so to speak. The only one I can read, apparently. That being said, joining us, we got Carson.
Whoa, wrong person.
Carson.
We got, I'm sorry, there's no fucking name tags right now.
We need a name tag?
Yeah, who are you?
After 2 years? Nathan, I thought you ate for this. What happened?
It's the I got nothing.
At least I'm freaking Italian ice.
Yeah, it's time. Well, man, at least I'm not racist this week.
Strikes again.
Whoa!
Whoa! We all
You said it. You said it.
I laid my bed.
We just lost all our sponsors.
Except
less than 2 minutes in. Except
just dragging everyone in with me.
Where's Ben when you need him? I'm here. I'm excited. We've reached the end of a new Star Wars show, our first new Star Wars show since Disney Plus launched after The Mandalorian. So I'm excited to talk about all of that, spins and all. We got our Kenobi release date, which is we got both of our predictions wrong, I think, last week.
15 million, baby.
Yep. Oh boy. And then we have some other news, small topics to talk about. It's been a good week in Star Wars, but yeah, I can't wait to talk about Boba Fett.
Also joining us, we have Carson.
Boba. Okay, what's this thing about the theme song saying his name?
The last episode, the chants instead of them just going like, huh? They say like Boba Fett. Like they say.
I didn't notice that.
Cool. Not at all.
And I was like, what are these people talking about? Because then I just like went back.
Yeah, because someone was like, has they been doing that the whole time? It's like, no, it's just the finale.
Okay, I was scared. I was like, have I been mishearing this the entire time? But anyways.
Mandela Star Wars.
Mandela Star, literally. But yeah, we are back. Yeah, the wrap up of this series. You know, we got our like. I feel like every show now is a roller coaster for us. And I think we landed safe. And I'm excited to talk about it because there's some great stuff in this episode, particularly with Boba's character. So I'm excited to talk about that, and then also potentially Cassian season 2 Andor season 2 on the horizon, which makes me so happy because I think it's the most potential to kind of have a sprawling thing, because it's not set on Tatooine and
real set.
Practical effects.
And we got a little bit of the era to build out there, so that will be cool if it happens, and we will break it down from the words of Stellan Skarsgård himself, who just doesn't give a flying fuck, and I love it.
Yeah, man. If we're on any roller coaster, it's the Final Destination 3 roller coaster because we don't know how this is gonna play out.
Nice callback there.
Joining the cast, Mary Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Which project did she join? Kenobi?
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Kenobi. Oh,
it was
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think it was Kenobi?
Because you and
a hype train.
Her are together.
Are you sure it's Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you guys.
Look, man, every corner of like a character about to pop up, I'm like, here we go. It's gonna be Luke or Han. Let's go. And then I was like, oh, it's someone who they've established. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me in general, overall, quick thoughts. this is one of my favorite episodes of the series. I think of the season series. I think it's the series. I don't think they're gonna do season 2.
Mhm.
And I was so happy because in this episode, Boba Fett showed a lot of restraint at times. There's some quotes about that, like, oh, he's showing restraint or whatever. And I think this is Robert Rodriguez's episode, right? Or
Yeah.
regardless, he was a showrunner, and I think he showed restraint here too by not putting in a Luke Skywalker, not putting in any extra characters more than we got in episode 6. So I was like, thank God. I think the series as a whole, we'll talk about some of the issues, but for the finale, I had a great time. It was a very focused finale. I wish you would have added some stuff, but overall, I liked what they got. I liked a lot of the dialogue. I liked a lot of the exchanges between Cad Bane and Boba. I even liked some of the fight sequences. We'll talk about some of the issues there as well, but overall, I had some fun. This was a very fun, very fulfilling finale in some ways more than others. But yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast with this.
And a half.
Blast and a half. Blast and a Rancor with this. The Cad and Boba stuff I thought was just spectacular. Hands down my favorite part of the episode. And I thought the Grogu stuff was actually pretty well done. Tied into everything, all things considered. And yeah, it was just a good time. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get season 2, but I'm really glad the payoff of the first 4 episodes was touched on, and we got the kind of full redemption of Boba in a way. And also like where it ends up. I like the kind of rejection of the whole ideal of him ruling. So I think that's a cool way to kind of end it off. And yeah, we can just dive into it because there's a lot of fun stuff in this episode.
I gotta love with you guys. This might be the worst episode of the season. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, Carson, can you kick him off? Can you do that?
As much. This ain't no Oscar predictions.
Kristen Stewart and Boba Fett. Oh my god!
Consequently, everybody joined the stream except you. Whatever that was.
I had to go to bed. Or was that last night?
No,
Monday?
2 nights ago.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I had to go to bed. I work a 9 to 5. Damn it! I can't be
So
exhausted
do we.
like Evan.
So do we.
That's
And we
your
are
choice.
Like 7:30 to 4:30.
I remember that Seinfeld joke I was telling, like, that's morning guy's problem. I'm night guy. But no, yeah, this was great. I was thoroughly impressed. It's so goddamn funny that I muted so many combinations of reveals and I avoided the group chats. First off, the group chat didn't discuss it whatsoever, so I was just bored at work. And then also, I'm just like, oh, I hope I don't see Luke or Ahsoka or I don't know, Mace Windu out of pocket. This was
Kira.
I muted them all, man. Han Solo, everybody.
I muted Han. I didn't mute Kira because I'm like, there's no way she's being the show. I was being stubborn, and I was happy. Yeah.
Like even like when Fennec was killing all the remainder Pikes, I'm just sitting around. I'm like, who is it though? And as a Fennec, I was like, all right. And then think we're safe.
I was the same way there. I'm like, oh wait, we're not seeing who's doing it. Like, is this not Fennec? I'm like, oh, wow.
Bosk.
Yeah. Season 2 villain.
See, confirmed.
Tamora has stated he wants if they did another season, he wants to face Mace Windu.
That's Tamora for you. He's too old to understand.
he's having fun. Can't blame the guy. But yes, we are gonna go through the episode bit by bit. Act 1. No.
Brick through brick, 1 through 6.
Exactly. So how does this episode kick off? We're in it. We walk into the remains of the bombed
Sanctuary, right?
Yeah. So sad. Lost my beloved.
I'm shocked. I'm still upset, really, that they killed her off so nonchalantly. Again, It's that war aspect. I talked about it last week, where it's like, oh, it's war, it's battle. Like they said, like now it's war. It's like I understand why it was so out of pocket, so kind of out of nowhere. I thought she was a great character, and in the end, she didn't really add too much to the show except a good piece of world building.
Yeah.
I wanted her to do some more. Like I think even the mayor got a little bit more to do since he was like kind of like the main antagonist of this finale.
Sure.
So I expected the mayor and Garza, right? Garza, is that her name? To have more of a role. But both of them end up getting killed off this episode either way. But yeah, I like how they make the sanctuary their little base here. They make their stand at the ruins of the sanctuary, which is kind of poetic, but works.
Yeah, we're building up like the idea. All right, I'm not going to leave my people behind. I'm not going to cower in my palace. We're here.
And that's one main thing I want to talk about this finale going ahead is his idea of wanting to protect his people. I think 1 through 2.
1 through 6.
When did they kill the Tuskens? Episode 3?
4?
Or 4. I think it was 3. Because 2 was the Tusken raid.
Yeah, because when was the recent flashback one with the overlap with Mandalorian?
4.
So was it that episode?
Oh, so I guess it was 4.
Yeah, we had the train in 2, and then
what was the flashbacks in episode 3?
I think it was.
They do the heist in episode 2.
Was that when we were train? Was episode 3 training the?
I think
ride
3.
The bikes?
3 might have been training like as being a fighter. I'm not sure. Either way. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the idea of his people kind of.
Oh, 3 was like the water situation. I'm pretty sure. And the bike gang.
Yes. Yep. With the mods and everything. So we got a little bit of flashbacks there, but not a lot.
Yeah. Yes. The chase, the infamous chase.
Yeah. Like Carson Love. But yeah, so the idea of his people were connected to the Tuskens, but this show is really forcing us to believe like his connection to the people of Mos Espa. Is that where they're at? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just didn't see that connection throughout the series. I think
it's purposely kind of counterintuitive too, because obviously they betray him in the episode, but he still thinks that they're not betraying him necessarily. That just the people in power in their respective things are like, well, I got to protect my family type deal. But
overall, the whole town is rallying behind him by the end of the episode.
And that's what really like I liked, like where they're really responding to him, they're giving him gifts. But I wish they would have showed us that progression of him not having the trust of the people, because we never really see the people like angry at him besides like the mod gang. I guess the mod gang was our only perspective on this. But is our voice. Still,
they joined quickly.
Yeah, and really quickly.
That's a good point. I mean, because like the two things that I wish if I had those episodes 5 and 6 back purely for this show, I would develop that, and I would develop the Pikes as a stronger villain.
For me, it's 3. I would add Pikes. The Pikes, the idea of the people of Mos Espa, they respond to Boba Fett, especially after like episode 4, really, where he's really starting to come into power. He has a rancor. I think that would have been. Instead of time a good slice of life episode where he's walking around town and comes across some things. I would have liked that.
I think with how much we go back in time, I would probably like contribute in episode 2, the biker crew, like before their meeting with Boba, like how they lived their day to day.
Great point too. But yeah, I think episode 5 and 6, and I'll talk about it towards the end of this as like a whole series kind of review. But episode 5 and 6 really kind of slowed down the progression of Boba Fett and like the arc of his theme, which was like the whole message of the series is Boba Fett reawakens and wants to like contribute change in his career, stuff like that, whatever, to be a good crime boss. And that was laid on thick in episode 1, but it kind of didn't really pay fruit until the end of the finale in a sense. And I think some of the things were just skipped in episode 5 and 6 in favor of like Mandalorian connection, which were cool, but kind of went a bit overboard. But either way,
I'm a little let down because once again, I was writing for Lucasfilm for free and they did nothing. With the flashback of just watching Jango take off while Bo was stuck on Camino, we didn't really do anything with that.
I would have liked more Jango Fett stuff. Again, it's Tamara Morrison either way, so he could have played himself.
Sure.
That would have been great. Some good Jango and stuff. I liked what they kind of did with the, like, you kind of got the sense that like, oh, he misses his father. I think he misses his father.
Yeah.
He still has some lingering memories, good and positive, or good and bad that we talked about when those showed up. But I agree. I would have liked some more of those personal flashbacks.
You know what we did get though? It's kind of a father relationship. We got the Attack on Titan, Evan. Is it Kenny the Ripper, right?
Yeah.
Kenny the Ripper and Levi.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of got a little relationship like that between Cad Bane and Boba.
Great.
Which I like that. So that was interesting too, of like that taunting of like basically like you have your father's blood running through you. You know, you're basically a killer. You'll never escape being like a warrior, a clone, quote unquote, like what you were built for. So I did like that, but again, I wish even that line was developed because, as someone rightly pointed out, that development is mostly hinged on that unfinished episode of Clone Wars, which not necessarily everybody has seen. I mean, so it's interesting, but I like it overall.
I would have loved to have a flashback in episode early on, like 1, 2, or 3 about Cad Bane.
Right.
And you theorize, oh, could he show up again in the present? Because the whole thing about your killer Boba, that hinges on the fan having watched the original trilogy, which most people have, but like it also hinges on Clone Wars, because even the "you're a killer Boba," you don't really see that in the original trilogy. He captures Han, he doesn't really kill many people, so we don't really get that. It's kind of just told to us, kind of like the same criticism I had in Rogue One, where a lot of things is told to us. But yeah, I would like to have more scenes of Boba. I would like to have more scenes of Boba being a killer, because even in the flashbacks, he's pretty much good after he gets out of the Sarlacc pit. He goes with the Tuskens. He doesn't really kill too many people, besides like the biker gang who we thought killed the Tuskens. So yeah, I would have liked to see a more brutal Boba, at least in the flashback, so you get that.
Yeah, even in those back to montages, it would have been cool to see like him having like PTSD from like killing for the first time or something, like, you know, or something like, you know, like those moments that are kind of just or just watching like clones being trained to kill or something like on Camino, and just kind of like questioning, you're like, oh, like that's who I am, because he's like quite literally seeing his face, but like they're all growing up past him. Like that must be horrifying, like to
I agree. Yeah. But moving on, so we're at the Sanctuary, and what's next here?
We're at the beginning of the episode. It just started. Yeah, we're establishing, you know, Din has hope that Freetown's coming because he doesn't know about Cobb.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, who actually nearly died? I thought he'd be like in the finale, but he didn't show up to the end credits.
Yeah. Which we'll touch on there, but yeah, we're basically just setting up the different vantage points of different parts of town so that we can shift our focus if we need to, and then direct all our forces to the conflict, which I thought was cool. Everybody watching a different piece of the faction leaders. Surprise, they're all traitors. I thought it was only going to be one of them. It's all of them.
Traitor!
And let me just say, God damn it, those poor Gamorrean guards.
Oh my gosh!
Absolutely yeeted off the cliff. No mercy.
No. They were so loyal, and goddamn it, they had that shot linger. You just hear their cries.
I was shocked. I'm like, okay, they're gonna move or something, or they're gonna fend them off, and somebody's gonna come help them. No, throw it off the cliff. That's fucked up, Robert. Why? I don't like this. Not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this. Tragic. That was a brutal, bad way to go. Those loyal Gamorrean guards, man. R.I.P. Hopefully they have a good grave for them too. Tragic.
We didn't address them. They've been Ben Soloed.
Force Ghost Gamorrean guard.
Yeah, they're in the desert. Boba who?
Boba looks on in the finale with Fennec. Gamorrean.
Fucking twin sons moment. Looks off to the side. It's both Gamorreans.
Have the fucking the rabbit droid he chased around come up by his side. Just watching the sunset.
Come on, Lucasfilm, hire us.
I'm choking, man.
Or don't. if you won't hire us for the good, we'll give you the worst.
Nathan will give this to you as a parody in animation.
Yes. Oh man.
2 weeks. PTSD. But yes, so stuff's going down. It's like, oh, Mr. Fett, someone's here to see you. And again, my brain's just like, oh no. But
real quick, before Cad being introduced, do we get those dialogue exchanges between Din and Cad, or Din and Boba before Cad Bane shows up?
no, they have I know the great one you're talking about. That's when they're pinned down by the Pikes.
Okay, yeah, because I like the part where he's like this is the way, like he's ready to do his thing.
When they were going back and forth, I was watching. I was like, did they hear our pod? Are we getting it? Are we getting it? Kind of.
Yeah, we'll get to it then. But yeah.
Yeah. But
Cad shows up here.
Cad shows up, and I'm like, now already?
I was like, oh, we're doing this now? That was really quick. I paused it too over like 15, 20 minutes into the episode or something like that. And I'm like, okay, things are happening.
There were so many times I'm watching the finale go, and I'm thinking like, all right, we're gearing up toward the end of this conflict. And I'm like recording my reaction. So I look over, I'm like, 28 minutes? It's an hour. Oh, wow. What more can they do? And then we get the fucking spiders and all. But we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild, man. It's a wild finale. It's a lot jam-packed. But yeah, we have the stuff with Cad, and they have their dialogue going back and forth. And he does reveal... Oh, even before the title was revealed, they were Cad and talking to the Pikes about how he was the one to knock out the Tuskens. All before he was even like a part of Freetown.
Wait, say that again? Well, I think you mean like the Pikes killed the Tuskens.
Yeah, well, I feel like Cad had some involvement.
Was Cad? Did you guys see Cad was involved? I thought the Pikes did it.
No, I think the Pikes just did it.
Because I think even Cad was like, "Oh, okay, you guys did that. You're pretty ruthless."
Yeah, I have to rewatch this scene.
I think Cad. I was waiting for Cad to say like, "Yeah, I did that," or I thought Cad was going to take ownership of it, but he kept saying like the Pikes did it, or like.
I think the Pike guy was like explaining it to the mayor, and I think Cad only asked like, "Does Boba know that?" She doesn't.
Oh.
Let's watch it again right now. Pull it up. Right, 3, 2, 1. I'm asking again.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
Eventually we will.
But yeah, this was a great scene between them. Or Cad Bane's doing what he does best, like digging in deep to these characters, trying to taunt them, trying to belittle them. And that's exactly what he's doing to Boba. Like he reveals, like he finds out that information from the Pikes. Which, by the way, I like that scene too. Before this scene, we had Cad Bane talking to the mayor and the leader of the Pikes. Mm-hmm. Like Carson was wanting to see that leader of the Pikes again. And we got him back. We're talking to Cad Bane, and they're kind of just chilling in Mos Eisley. The mayor is still alive, wanting to survive all this chaos and come back to rule Mos Espa.
Yeah, and he's back on planet. Doesn't tell anybody. That fucking snake.
Not at all.
It is funny how he's just like, look, like do whatever you have to do, but also like, I didn't sign up for, fucking war.
Destruction.
Because like, even he was like, look, the bombing of the sanctuary. Like I wasn't about that. I didn't sign off.
Exactly. I didn't sign that contract. The Pikes are like, okay, yeah, tragic.
Like, not at all, boy.
I didn't sign up for a cage match.
It's supposed to be an exhibition.
3 minutes of playtime.
How many movie quotes can we do in 1 minute? But I like how Cad Bane, once he got that knowledge, he was like, okay, I'm going to use this to taunt Boba Fett. And it worked pretty much. Boba was ready. Like, as I'm watching this scene with his mask on, I can kind of visualize Boba going back to that Clone Wars teenage Boba day where he starts thinking with his emotions. Like, it was so interesting because by having the helmet on, you can kind of visualize that in your head of Boba becoming that teenager again and being so emotional that his family and the Tuskens were killed like that. Now that he knows who really did it. And in a deeper wound, he killed technically innocent people, even though we know the biker gangs are the best people in the world. They didn't do it, so Boba kind of murdered innocent people there.
Yeah, man.
It's tragic.
And thank God Fennec was there to talk him down because he was ready, man. He was like, I could take him. He's like, man, even when he has his gun out, Cat is just too damn fast. Like it's wild.
It's crazy. Cat Bane is too unstoppable. But and I like that when Fennec was like, don't do it. We're on his turf now. Wait till we get on our turf. It was a really good Fennec moment that I really liked. Yeah. I wish we had more of that. I'll talk about that later. But I liked what Fennec did here and in the finale overall.
It was interesting for like a second. I thought we were gonna get more of like a conflict because there was like in the very first scene. She was like, "You're gonna shut down Spice completely." There's a lot to be made there.
It's like, where has this been?
I'm with Carson. I'm like, oh, this is a conflict I wanted. Like, because again, we had that argument scene in episode 1 where it's like, I want to be ruled by respect, and I don't want to feed them to our rank or whatever. And you can tell she thinks differently, but she respects Boba enough not to say anything. And in this episode, it comes up again where they're arguing about Spice and how she would rule by saying we should keep the Spice around. And Boba and Din are kind of like, no, we don't need the Spice. But I want more of that conflict and more than just little bits of dialogue. Like I want that all throughout the entire season. That'd been great for me. I think there's a good perspective dynamic here. Even when episode 4, which I liked, when it's all about Fennec and Boba, Fennec is coming from a different like time of her life. She's a lot younger than Boba. She's a newer bounty hunter compared to him, at least. And even she was like, I don't know if I want to get out of this bounty hunter business. And so just all of that, their journeys are kind of different. I would have liked more of that, especially because they build this show as Boba and Fennec on Tatooine. But I did like her trying to calm Boba down, and Cad Bane's little smirk there as you realize like it's not going to work. It's very interesting. It's like, okay, I turned around.
You're getting soft in your old age.
Soft in your old age. I'm like, how old are you though, Cad? How old is Cad at this point? Like 60s?
70 or something.
70s? But he's an alien. It doesn't really matter.
I was reading some Star Wars fact page, and I think apparently their species also matures faster. So I'm like, is this dude ancient?
Cool.
That's terrifying.
Well,
yeah, because that was like that whole time where he's like, "You're old too," and he's like, "But I'm faster." I'm like, shit.
But it's a great line later when they come to the duel again, and they're just like I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm like, oh shit, hell yeah, a lot of good stuff. But the meat and potatoes of it all, the attack, the Pikes, they show up, and we do get that talk with Din and Boba.
Great talk. Went a little bit less than I expected in terms of hard-hitting stuff, but it's the finale. There's not too much they can really dig into about Mandalorian culture when they're pinned down by Pikes, or about to be pinned down by Pikes. And I just liked it, where at one point, Boba says something about, like, you really follow this creed? And he's like, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, because at this point, I think the other leaders of Boba Fett's group got betrayed already, right? Black Stanton got jumped by Trandoshans. Oh, very funny.
Yeah, and Fennec got sent off to
help out the mods.
Right.
Gamorreans got hit off a cliff, which is again super tragic. Yeah, and then he talks to Din like, I assume you're leaving too. He's like, no.
Yeah, he was saying like, yeah, if you're gonna take off, he said like no, and Bo's like, you should. Din's sticking out, man. He's loyal. As shy as he is, he's loyal.
Yeah, and that's why I like even though we get that line of like when Boba says, do you believe in all this? And he's like, I do. He says he believes in the loyalty to people, to good people. I don't think, even though his character is being undone by this creed, I think he's now learning to separate those values and be like, I can still believe in this and reject the bad parts of it. Which I think is really interesting with more time to develop.
Great point, Carson. I think that might actually be what you just said right there. Might be the crux of season 3 for Mando, where Din I like a lot of my creed. I mean, the Mandalorian and creed in general is very positive. Like, it's a family unit. You don't want to abandon your family, which is all about Star Wars in general. You don't want to abandon your family, your found family. You don't want to abandon your people, your loyalty. But with loyalty becomes like bad things can come from like absolute loyalty. When you're not questioning your people, that's when things go bad. Like for Jedi, you can't be absolutely loyal to the Jedi Council. You have to start questioning their things here, like Luke did in the original trilogy. Like, I don't know if we should really do this. And I hope Mando comes to learn, like, yes, the creed is the way. And I like what he said, like, yes, I like it. This is the way, which is really cool. And I think that dichotomy of a simple line like "this is the way" could be very cool by switching it up, like the meaning of it in season 3, where he's like, "This is the way," but it's like my way. And I think we need to change our ways a little bit while adhering to like the positive stuff that Carson talked about. So yeah, it's very interesting. It's a short dialogue scheme, but I think it sows seeds for Mando and for Boba here, who like appreciates Din's loyalty and one of the only people that stuck around here in that finale.
Yeah. And then everyone's favorite Domo.
Oh wait. Oh god, I hated this guy. But
may I suggest a more? I took diplomatic school on Coruscant.
However, hilarious reveal that Boba just kind of sent him out as bait.
Yeah, I did like that.
Totally expected that. I was like, he's totally. Boba Fett, by the way, fast writer, very fast writer.
Very fast.
Very eloquent words, Boba.
What if he's like, I can't? This is bad basic. I can't read this. But before we get to this, though, did Grogu already pop up before this in the episode? I think it did.
Yes,
Yeah.
the alien flew in. And I clearly saw it was R2, and I'm like, oh no.
Nathan, save! I'm like, Jalen, my brother.
I was pissed.
I'm like, Jalen, they're gonna do it. How are they gonna do this? How are they make it work?
A lot was running through my brain. The first thing was like, Carson Evan ain't gonna like this.
Not at all.
And my optimistic self, I'm just like, how are we gonna fit this puzzle piece in? And the man lands. So I think, she's just trying like, oh shit, the cops. Which is a funny little moment with the pit droids. But she's like coming up, trying to be all, and then, who pops up but our boy. And
it was adorable.
And
Super
I was
adorable.
telling Evan, like, I think before our commentary yesterday, like, as they were cutting back to, like, establishing shots with the cockpit open, and I didn't see anybody in there, and my brain was like, maybe they're trying to save on the Luke VFX, and that's why I can't see him right now, because I feel like it's not just empty. But no, it's Grogu, and it was, of course, R2 autopilots, hell yeah.
That was so amazing. I'm like, Jalen, how did he make this work? Luke Skywalker, is he just going to drop him off and leave? There's no way he does it. That's not Luke. So is he going to bite the pikes? Like, is he going to be like an ex machina in the end here and come rescue the day? But I was so happy, so relieved when Grogu just pops up. I'm like, thank God.
And immediately you also see, like, bam, chainmail. He's got it. He made his choice right away.
Go.
Yes.
That's so good, man.
But yeah, the whole part about R2 autopiloted too was very cute. It was just like R2, you could tell like where's Luke or where's Din at? And like, Din's not here right now, but
It's like, hey man, I'm busy.
Man, what if R2 was like, this would be $25.95? Like, you got to pay me up here.
He filled me up from my way back.
But it was so cool. It was just very funny that you can imagine Luke being like, okay, get in this cockpit in R2, be on your way. Anything bad could have happened.
He's punched in a home.
Watch there be like a flashback.
Aren't you having to go back to Tatooine again?
R2's like, come on, Luke, god damn it.
He's flying through.
Watch there be like a flashback episode in Mando Season 3 where they flash back to Din or R2 and Grogu's little adventure, and they run into a Star Destroyer. They get chased by bounty hunters all before they get to Tatooine that we didn't know about.
Wild. I'd watch it.
R2 and Grogu's little adventure.
Give me the one shot.
Yes. But yeah, this was so like satisfying for me. I'm like, yes, thank you. You don't need it, especially because prior to this on Twitter, they released like a finale poster and it had all the characters. I'm like, are they all showing up? No.
Yeah. No, what was funny is like and I used it for the thumbnail. All the poster people. everyone who has a character poster thus far, it's the same like angle of people that he used. So I'm like, is there a Luke character poster? Is he gonna participate? Or are we doing this?
Ahsoka comes in. I'm no Jedi. And fights. Oh.
Part of my brain was like, I don't know, if they're not gonna do Luke, maybe Ahsoka. I feel like for some reason we're getting a Jedi for some reason, or a Han.
Han. No.
Because there was at one point the blasters start going down. When so hold on, sorry, the Pikes come in, pin him down. Boba has that talk with Din, sends Doma out, tricked him, haha, eat shit. They're jetpacks.
That was really cool. I like
really
that.
cool.
Best part of the action sequence for sure.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm sure Robert was having a blast. Fucking knee rockets and all. Whistling birds came out. I cheered because I love them.
I was like, what are those called again? Eagles, birds, something like that. Whistling birds.
Skittles. But yeah, that was going down. It was fun. And then they just started to get pinned down. Just hitting their best card, like they're trying to defend each other. And then a bunch of blasts came out. And again, my scared thought was just like, it's fucking DL-44. But no, it's fucking Freetown. Hell yeah, coming in on the speeder.
Yeah, I love this whole thing. Carson, is this where you had trouble with the action, or is it later on?
Just after Freetown shows up, it gets really repetitive for me. Like when they're just sitting behind the speeder or the tank for a while. I don't know. It felt like it kind of dragged.
I agree with that a little bit. Yeah. And there's one sequence later on that I was like kind of confused about. But yeah, I like the whole part. They come in on their jetpacks, which is really cool. Dual jetpacks, Mando, using their armor to their advantage, which is really cool. Din's always been using that armor to his advantage. Ever since he got that armor, he's just been tanking shots left and right. It's just so much fun.
I like that whole...
the head.
Yeah.
Din just out.
It's Skywalker.
It's Quad in here.
Din.
It's jarring. Yes, it was jarring. But anyway.
I had so much fun with that. They're just like getting pinned down. Two old men just like, I was like, what is happening?
I like how we try to protect Boba when Boba went down. It was adorable.
It's good stuff, man.
It is just so much fun to watch fight. Especially later on with the Rancor. I was like, this guy is such a doofus, but I'll be right back. Like, you're an idiot. Dude.
He's such a dumbass with the Darksaber, too. It's so funny. Like, I'm like, stab the shield. Please stab it. And he's like...
Stab ain't gonna do it.
Din, slow. I'm like, did you watch the Clone Wars episode? We have to slow through the shield.
My brain was thinking about the Clone Wars movie. I was like, we need fucking a box.
Thermal detonator. Slide under. Slow.
I don't remember the arc in the Umbara or something. No, it's a Ryloth maybe. Christophsis maybe.
Our first introduction
slow
to
it down, rile it in. Yeah.
I'm just thinking literally.
Oh yeah, true. It's her first show.
And her sister? Yep. And his sister?
But yeah, as soon as I saw those things, I'm just like, slow it down, get a thermal detonator, be quiet right under there. But R2, show them the links. I know you have the data.
But well, before that, also turning the corner, some troops were getting thrown around, and it's fucking Chrysanthemum. He beat the Trandoshans.
God,
that was fucking hilarious. Because you can imagine, so he got tackled all the way, probably like a couple miles away.
Probably 8 of them. He
dragged himself, limping all the way to where they were at the sanctuary. I'm like,
and he's still taking shots on his way to cover,
yeah,
too.
Dude,
he's dragging his leg.
Were any of you guys worried for him? Because I was like, if they kill off Black Chrysanthemum, I'm like, no, I want you for a Dr. Aphra series.
This was another part where I was like, Evan's going to be upset if they kill him.
I was going to be upset. I'm upset they killed somebody in this episode. But yeah, Black Chrysanthemum, I'm like, please do not die. So I was happy. And I liked, because my brother was the first one to say, he really deserves a back to tank. And after this, Boba was like, I'll give you a back to tank. I'm like, yes!
I owe you Ahsoka in the back to tank.
Ahsoka in the back to.
Yeah, and at the end he says it's being used or whatever. Oh, but then of course that's the post credits. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. And where's my brain? I'm just like, yeah, Chrysanthemum. And I know he comes out like a second later.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, all right, yeah, he's done. Yeah.
I didn't register that until just now. I'm dumb.
Yeah. Ahsoka in the back to.
Like a bump.
Like a bump.
Anyway, that's the best. The battle continues. Yeah, the droid walkers start to come out, and I'm like, I think they were. I heard they were originally in concept art for Revenge of the Sith.
Ooh, I think they were Separatist or Clone Wars era droids. They look very like. No way, this is an Imperial era.
It looked like a mix of the Hailfire droids from Geonosis with the droidicas.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, good point. Yeah.
But
really cool design. I'm not a huge like droids guy, but I like the cool design. It felt very terrifying in a way because like whenever you're not a Jedi and you come across those big droids, you're screwed. Even if they came across an ATST, I think they'd have been screwed here. So
yeah, so they start trying to fire at it, and then the shields went up, and I was like, oh no. Like, and they're big. And then Boba like takes out his jetpack rocket, and I'm like, damn, Din must be really infectious because I guess Boba also forgot he's in Star Wars because that ain't gonna pierce that shield. No way.
Yeah.
not at all, boy.
And then they come through, and I was like, can we retreat inside for a second? I'm like, why are we standing out in the open?
I guess we'll be pinned.
We pinned again, but it's like, do something.
Pinned inside,
I figured there would be like a back exit behind the sanctuary.
Right.
Like, hey, is there an exit behind here? Let's go around here. But they never really did that. They just kind of like hightailed it, which is very funny.
Yeah. But yeah, then we do start getting things going. Boba says, yeah, he'll be back. And again, my brain is an idiot. I completely forgot about the Rancor setup.
Carson, did you forget at that point? Because I caught it. I was like, it's Rancor.
I thought he was going to get that, but then I was like, I didn't know what he was. I didn't know if he was going back to his ship or.
Oh, that'd be nice too.
Here's how dumb I am. I literally like muted the word Rancor the night before, but because I've just been like so preoccupied with just blocking everything out all day, my brain was like, is he going to get the Slave One? I'm sure you don't want to drop a seismic charge in the city.
Right, and it'd be wildly inefficient because you have to like go around and come back and then.
Yeah.
But I was like, those things are big. We need the Rancor. He said he was going to ride a Rancor in the finale, or ride a Rancor eventually. So I'm like, it's time. It's time.
It's a genius setup. But yeah, he goes to get that. Meanwhile, Din decides to distract the droid and get him away. And then who the fuck comes through at the most inconvenient moment? She and her pit droids come up. What's the character's name?
Could not tell you.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, isn't her actor? The actor's name is Amy something.
Oh yeah, Amy Sedaris.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she comes through. They're pit droids, and I'm like, no, not now, because I know damn well she has Grogu.
That was so funny. I did like this. And then he gets
like,
on and
turn around, just trying to run away. Fucking just hitting the droid, go faster, speeding up, and he's just like looking back like shit, and she's like, hey Mando, and he's like, what?
Kid, what?
What are you doing here? And God, this is where I fucking borderline cried.
Same.
He jumps up,
jumps into his arm, and he like big jump.
I miss you too, buddy. Something like that.
It's like adorable. And he's like, I didn't think I'd see you again. And I'm just like, why'd you even leave in the first place? But I'll get to that later.
And they play the theme too. I'm like, oh, come on.
It's so good. And he's just like, we're kind of busy right now, buddy. Just stay down.
And then they go flying, and it's so adorable because Din catches him.
Oh, he boosted real quick. That was parental instinct. Oh, he's ready. I think Amy lost a tooth though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, when that flew out, I was like, "Was that a tooth?" And then yeah, it was.
Yeah, she got a gap.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite moments in the entire finale. It was super adorable. They play the music, and it's like, oh, the reunion. We knew it was happening.
Everyone needs their tribe. We get back together.
Exactly. And this kind of.
And Din was excited too. He was like, "The shirt. You got the shirt."
Yeah, he pulled it
down.
You got
my mail.
He's like, oh yes, my chain mail. It was amazing. I just can't wait for Grogu to get shot at countless times in season 3 and be saved.
My brain at a point when he starts pulling out the Darksaber against him again, because he pulled it out like really fast too, and he was like wielding it. I was like, yeah, it's not heavy anymore because he ain't distracted by Grogu being gone. Let's go. Yeah, Boba comes through. We got the Rancor coming. And it's framed very kaiju setup, coming around buildings. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Very Godzilla-esque, where you get the perspectives of the pedestrians and the everyday people, and you just hear the rumbling. You're like,
I was like,
what
Garrett, correct this?
20 Gilroy. But it was really cool to see the perspective shot, and then a Rancor come in. I even liked the CGI; like it was kind of noticeable, but also very well done at the same time. Because it's a lot smaller than the other Rancors, so it's just able to climb other buildings and stuff. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I didn't have much issue with it, and it was a cool reveal, just like seeing it up there, and then they were framing the shot. The fucking bam, Boba's riding. It was really cool.
It was really cool, and it wasn't like super overpowering the droids too. It was getting some pushback.
No, it had to like knock them into the buildings.
A lot of scratches and stuff.
Yeah,
I was worried for it too. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, not like this.
Especially the second time, but yeah, the first time it comes in, really, really cool. It just comes in, Grogu, or just seeing Boba on top of it, riding like a boss. So it was really awesome.
Yeah, a great moment. He's battering the shield down, and it starts weakening in the back, and Din manages to pump through, and he's slicing, bam, taking it down. Good stuff.
How funny is it too? And this is a little later, I guess, but when Din rides the Rancor, I'm like, this is totally a precursor to the whole Mythosaur thing.
That's exactly.
Obviously, he fails at this and gets fucking launched. It's so funny.
Not me, Din, but yeah.
I thought the same thing. I definitely think it's a prelude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love like the I don't know, they like go up on the roof and they're like, we're gonna not with that. I don't even know what it was just dumb because she's like, I've been shooting da 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 da, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think we're at that part of the episode where they change perspective. They take down the first one, and they cut to the second one where the mods are running for their lives. A lot of them getting cut down here. The Freetown people hover. They say they can't go back anymore because they know the city. And yeah, one of them says like, "Oh, let me go to the top of this tower." And I was like, "Oh, I like this. Some perspective, some dialogue from the everyday people really coming through." It's what I like about Star Wars. Like the everyday people can really be a hero. And they go to the roof and nothing happens.
Rancor's here.
They take out
the Rancor.
They take out the pikes, but like,
yeah,
that was it. I'm like, cool. We got. But I thought they would do something more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, they take out some people on a rooftop. It was just very weird a setup.
Yeah, but
it's weird.
Anyway, but also the previous droid they took out stuff because Grogu comes out, fucking.
Really cool.
The puppeteering, it's beautiful. And yeah, he's just focusing to pull like a piece of the knob to knock it over. It sends himself fucking flying, but
Oh, did you do that for the first droid or the second one?
First droid.
Yeah, okay.
I love how. Oh, this is actually pointed out in Alden's thread today of like how he's now. I mean, he was using it for defense here, but by the end of this, he's using it to like just coexist and bring peace. Essentially, it's like Luke, because I do like the whole thing of Luke being like in last episode, like there's a lot of dangerous stuff in the galaxy. You need to learn how to defend yourself, type thing.
Yeah. And
the antithesis that is Grogu kind of just protecting his loved ones, but also not bringing everybody else down at the expense, kind of thing, which I think is cool. A cool lesson for everybody to learn.
Yeah.
Including Din and Boba and everybody. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I wish I saw more of that connection for the Luke stuff, because I don't know, because I felt like Luke said like, "Oh, I'm using this to help you with defense," but not like the whole animal sympathy angle.
Right.
I don't know if Luke actually taught him that part, or that just insinuated.
Well, we get the progression of it in Mando season 1 with like the Mudhorn, right? And
yeah.
Like, even like with like Cara Dune, like where he like, or
yeah, he's becoming more knowledgeable about his powers.
Yeah. So that's cool.
To be honest, I think that, which really works. I love that. I think it would have been just as fine without the Luke stuff, right? I think if we just saw Mando season 1, Mando season 2, and then Grogu did what he did in this finale, I'm like, yeah,
right.
That makes sense. Like
Sure.
I don't think Luke taught him anything extra, which is why I still do not like the whole Luke subplot.
No, it's
But yeah,
probably just unlocking what he already knew.
Exactly. Which he actually, yeah, Luke did say that, which is really cool. But yeah, Grogu really was a bright star in this finale.
Oh
And
yeah.
we got to talk about. I think do we get everything?
So we're at the second one here.
Oh yeah, and then he pushes it into the building, right?
Yeah, he's battering it around. Eventually, the shield does go down. He pulls a fucking Kong Mecha Godzilla, fucking tears off a piece of him, stabs him with it, stabs the droid.
But by the way, I didn't expect the Rancor to be so, I don't know what the word for it is, ambidextrous or whatever. Like use a lot more of his like
press his thumb into the eye.
yeah, precision and stuff like that. Like to grab it onto the thing. I thought it would just like scratch and push and stuff like that, but it was doing a lot more than that, which is really cool.
Wait, doesn't that happen to Pedro's character in Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, his eyes get, and then he explodes. His head explodes. Yes.
No wonder.
Brutal.
I got to tweet it before anyone else. No.
Parallels.
Right.
Is that how Din dies in the finale of the series? Go Grogu!
Palpatine's back.
Oh no.
We didn't stop Gideon. Oh no.
Send the transmission, Grogu. Send it.
Send it.
Oh shit! You only went to Fortnite.
Grogu's first words. Launch.
Oh, Favreau. But yeah, this was really cool. I was worried for the Rancor there too, because it was getting hit even more than the first one. It got scratched. It got lasered to the chest. I'm like, oh geez. Yeah, after this is that when the Rancor automatically goes on like the rampage?
No, we cut to the Cad Bane fight.
Cad turns the corner and he's getting taking a Rancor scream to the face. He's like, nah, son.
It was so badass. That was
didn't
so
even
badass.
flinch.
I
was so
constantly
worried.
just think back of like this motherfucker broke into the Jedi Temple,
I'm like,
unintruded.
yeah, I'm sitting here like, don't polka dot man this guy. Don't.
Oh god. I was so worried for Cad. I'm like, Cad, you idiot! I thought he was gonna get grabbed like King Kong and just get
eaten by.
Yeah, I'm like, no, please don't do that to Cad. But no, he's just F it, get out of here. And Rancor's like, yep, peace out. It's Cad Bane. I've seen the Clone Wars. And the Rancor disappears.
Yeah,
best, and then we get the best dialogue in the entire series. I think.
Yeah, best scene in the show.
So good.
And anybody would like to recount those lines?
Yeah, well, we were talking about it earlier. I'm trying to think how it starts, though.
There's a lot, man.
I think Boba tells him to like just pack it up. Essentially, like it's over.
I had the high ground.
Yeah, type thing.
Is this where we get the quote that you did, Nathan, with the slimy calling the whatever, like the quote where it's like, you can't be talking about me because you've also.
He's calling him a cold-blooded killer. And yeah, this ain't the.
Fuck it, whatever.
Apparently, Boba said that to Casca Reeve in the finale of Mando.
Oh.
So that's not the first time we've heard
Who's
it.
Casca Reeve?
Sasha
The
Banks.
wrestler, yeah.
Oh, okay. She's a theme? I'm kidding.
And so,
Yeah, I cut to it. It's like, I'm so faster than you, that may be. They do. I like how he says, go to your bacta tank. Like he's watched the series. Like, why don't you just go back to your bacta tank and just rest for a little bit? I'm like, have you also watched episode 1 through 6 where he kept getting into the bacta tanks?
yeah, he kept trying to kill him. He was like, this is no fun. He's sleeping. I'll come back later.
I all the taunts are just so good, though. I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like, what's your angle? And I was like, yes, like this is very.
Yeah.
Good. He says,
"What?
"What's
That's the shit."
You've unlocked the whole thing now.
Rain blast. And he says, "These are my people." And again, I might have some criticism with that because we didn't get to that connection of his people, but it still rings true. I like the message and what it means for him. I would not abandon them. These are my people. Like in the back of his mind, I would not abandon them. I would not leave them like I did the Tuscans, where the minute I left, they died.
Even then, it's like he's choosing good. Like he's choosing the morally right thing. Like
it's his choice. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then again, Cad Bane says, like the Tuscans, just trying to anger Boba. You're trying to use any angle he can get to get him upset. And Boba's like, "Don't toy with me. I'm not your little boy any longer," which is really good. Like, although we haven't seen it, at least the people watching this who haven't watched the Clone Wars haven't seen it. It still rings true that Cad Bane was this guy who mentored Boba after his father. That's all you really need to know. And to him, kind of looked up to Cad Bane. Cad Bane taught him everything he knew. But that was the darker side of Boba. That was a teenager who was using his anger to get revenge on Mace, using his anger as trying to grow and be this cruel, dark bounty hunter. But Boba's growing above that. This whole series is about growing above that. And this whole Cad Bane fight is just the epitome of that inner duel within Boba Fett.
The twin sons of Westerns.
Yeah. Oh, and Nathan said like people were criticizing the Western aspects of the show, or at least the series, like how it's copying other things.
I guess people are saying it was like too heavily homage, but I mean, I don't care.
I don't agree with that at all. I think Star Wars has always been heavily homaged, but in a good way, and I think it would have worked out here.
I think if we weren't,
I think he also tells us you should have left your armor with.
It's not, like you shouldn't let him keep the armor. Something along those lines. Just Cad taken out or Cobb.
Oh yeah, I think that was in the first fight where it's like you shouldn't have let him without your armor.
So good.
But yeah, both this fight and the one beforehand when they're outside of the sanctuary, just Cad Bane trying to toy with Boba, just the kind of the dichotomy, the separate sides that I really love about Star Wars hero and villain dynamics. Because Boba here, he has turned into kind of an anti-hero, or more of a hero than anti-hero, in a sense. He has such a ideal of justice.
Oh fuck, dude! I forgot about this whole line. Consider this my final lesson. Look out for yourself. Anything else is weakness. Points the gun right down his fucking face.
I got Beckett vibes.
Oh, dude, I was
Beckett. That's what I thought.
That's like quintessential Star Wars people down the wrong path thing of like being so the classic individualism of like being greedy and not caring for anybody else and going after always the profit, the indulging yourself. Like that whole angle is so cool because we always see that with like bounty hunters, and it's cool because Boba's changed and Cad hasn't. So I like that whole aspect. It
was great because they and just the whole like duel itself going down. They take their shots. Boba gets knocked down. He tries to flamethrower him. Cad does a fucking press circle dodge.
Yeah, quick time event.
and then Van hits him again, like fuck, and takes his helmet off. And it was at this moment my brain was thinking, all right, if someone's to pop up right now to save Boba, give me Cobb. Let him be alive and let him take a shot.
Cobb's like, I'm quicker than you now, bitch.
Apparently, some people think that Cad is still alive here, which I don't know, because apparently they linger on the. I'm rewatching right now, but apparently that thing is still blinking on his chest.
Yeah, I saw a video. I saw a video. And I recommended today. I needed to watch something along the line. So I'm open to it.
You didn't recommend it to me, Nathan. Guess we're not true friends.
I didn't watch it yet.
I see how it is.
We're watching now. Carson, pull it up. No.
Car's like old.
Oh, it's still clicking. It's still clicking.
He hears the spurs.
It's like a heart rate monitor. No, listen.
Are you gonna get copyright for this?
I'll allow it.
Listen. You hear that?
Let me turn off the music. Hold on.
Okay, so Boba's walking away, and listen for the clicking. That's the chest thing.
Okay. I would have loved them to be more explicit and be like, I thought the end of the series, the post-credit scene would have been like, cut to the street again, and then you just see no body and just something probably dragged him away, or maybe he dragged himself away. I was waiting for that.
Imagine like he's laying there, and the brim of his hat's still covering his eyes, and he's just there, and you just hear like a breath.
Is it a noticeable? Well, I can hear the beeping, but is it a noticeable scene? Because I mean,
they linger over it.
Is it blinking?
Yeah, it's blinking, and they ramp up the clicking noise and drown out the music.
He's walking away.
Well, we know Well, we know Favreau and Filoni there's definitely could be some merit to this. So
They just cut to the pike they cut to the pike so quickly again that I was like, oh, it looks like I guess that's over. I was so upset. I really don't want him to die. But we cut the most important part of this fight where he foregoes his blaster and takes out his gaffy sticks, and that's how he defeats Cat.
That felt very rewarding.
Yes.
Like even more so than if Cobb popped in.
And people were like, "This show's not about anything, dude." That's exactly what the show is about. Oh, fuck.
People complain the show's not about anything, but then love episode 5 and 6.
Twitter, man.
Yeah, like you can't complain the show's not about anything, but then love Mando and Luke and Grogu showing up. You can. I'm saying I don't want to disparage anybody, but I'm just saying, like, come on, guys. But yeah, this was perfect. Like, this is what I would have wrote too, because he's forgoing his armor, and this has been a pattern throughout the series where you kind of feel like after he lost the Tuskens, then he felt the need to put his armor back. He felt the need to get his ship back to get legitimacy again, and that's kind of like you didn't really need that. I think as an audience, you're trying to understand, but we didn't really need that. I guess to get like more notoriety, but at the same time, when shit hits the fan, all you need is like what you came from your family, your gaffy stick, and that's what he uses to defeat Cad Bane there. You cut off there a little bit, Carson. You say something?
It's about family.
Oh, yeah.
Family.
The
movies.
You're in my Cespa, baby.
This is Mos Pelgo.
That'd been amazing. But yeah, it was just so poetic, so beautiful, so Star Wars. And when he hit him with it, I thought Boba was gonna be the better person and be like, "I won't kill you," and Cad was gonna taunt them, and then he get dragged away by Blocker Stanton or something. But no, he stabbed him in the chest.
Couldn't knock him out. Couldn't swing it.
Right? Come on, Boba. Come on. He's the best. So hopefully that beeping, I did not realize this until a few minutes ago. Thank you, Carson, for giving me hope. Yeah, a new hope. Hello.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah.
There is no hope.
Save the dream. Save Cad. Save the dream.
What is she proposing? Just let the girl speak.
So yeah, I hope he's right. But then yeah, the finale
Rogue
kind
One
of
slaps. I fucking love Star Wars.
We're back, baby.
But yeah, what was after this? We get the King Kong, right? Now the Rancor is going crazy, right? Which is super King Kong-esque. I'm like, wow, they really are going for
absolutely.
it here. Yeah.
I mean, I got that vibe already because I was like, Mecha Godzilla. But then, yeah, you started climbing. I was like,
I was getting Peter Jackson on the what's the building at the end? Is it the Empire State Building?
Yeah, it's Empire State Building.
Empire. Yeah.
1930s Empire State.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tallest building.
He climbs it.
Yeah. But he climbs it, and Din's like, "I'll be right back. I'll take care of this."
He gives him the ball.
Yeah, gives him the little ball from season 2.
He was holding that. He didn't know Grogu was going to be there. He just carries that with him.
Mm-hmm. He probably does just carry it with him, reminds him of Grogu. Oh, adorable. And I thought, okay, Din, let's take down the Rancor. Doesn't go so well. Almost gets eaten.
His head bitten a couple times.
Yeah,
this Attack on Titan? Oh my gosh. But yeah, it almost bites his head off. Thank God again for that Mando armor. Din has been so reckless now with his Mando armor. He doesn't give a fuck about his life.
Oh yeah, indestructible indeed. But then Grogu,
so funny.
is coming out once again, and really nice moment of putting the Rancor to sleep. Like straight to the point that they could. I know Grogu's a puppet, but man, they give him such life because they were just like, yeah, I'm gonna pet this Rancor a couple times.
Dude, he snuggles into it.
Oh, so originally I was gonna be like, man, Grogu has gotten so much more powerful. He's not even passing out anymore. He does.
He's like, man, fuck this. I want a nap.
Yeah, he's right next to the Rancor. It's great.
But it's a basic Jedi technique here, and I love that Grogu is becoming more knowledgeable to do that. We kind of already talked about it, but yeah, I like how Grogu is learning from the past and doing this kind of great Jedi technique here. Yeah, Grogu and Boba both overpowering their enemies using what they've learned from their past. Yeah, great scene. What's after this one though? Is this when the Pikes get killed by Fennec? Am I wrong?
This is when
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was weird. It was like after the fact, but
Yeah, I think they celebrate, right? They celebrate.
yeah. And she's like,
Sure.
"We're gonna have a barbecue." And then, yeah.
Well, then they have the when Fennec takes them out, and then they have that scene with the walking down the street.
Right.
Whoops, I'm bad.
DMCA.
We got Night Drive on in the background.
Yeah. This is the.
They don't
Pikes
care.
getting massacred.
Sometimes depends
Yeah.
on the volume.
Pikes getting massacred again. I did not know it was Fennec. I was like, "Oh, who is this? Like, is this a new character?
Bosk.
Bosk?
Kira?
Kira?
Yeah.
Han? Get off my planet." So, I love that. It's not even his planet.
It's Luke. Ahsoka. Mace.
Oh gosh. Mace Windu shows up. Where's Boba Fett? Ugh. Either way, great scene for Fennec, master assassin Fennec doing what she does best. But again, it's also very brutal compared to what we saw Boba do in this finale.
Yeah, for some reason, part of my brain with like the superior Lucasfilm writing going on was like, Boba keeps talking about rolling respect and stuff, and I'm just like, did Fennec do this behind his back? Does he not know?
Yeah, Nathan, I'm thinking the exact same thing here. Did she do that behind his back? Are we going to get a little Fennec versus Boba in a possible season 2? But I don't think so. Probably not. Because the scene after this, they're walking down the street. I thought he would ask her, like, so I wonder what happened to the Pikes. And it would have been cool if she was like, yeah, I have no idea what happened. But it seems like she probably told him off screen, yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really care because they killed his people. So it was a justifiable death. Even though it was pretty brutal, it was justifiable. You killed our Tuscans, you get killed now too. Even though the mayor getting choked up like that was crazy. That was really cool. But good on Fennec. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But then they're walking down the street. Every day when you're walking down the street. Arthur, Star Wars, slice of life, please.
I'm here for it.
But great scene. Very your victory celebration a la Boba Fett here.
Everyone's bowing to him.
Yeah.
Some fruit. All right.
Malu Run, right? From Star Wars Rebels.
Malu Run.
Malu Run.
Yeah.
I just-
Toss it to Chris Anton like, you earned it.
I just remember the Zeb and Ezra episode. So much fun. In
Yeah.
Rebels. Yeah, I love this.
One where they steal the TIE fighter.
Yeah. I miss Rebels so much.
God damn it! Now I'm just running through the best hits. Like, we could actually use that now. Sabine fucking painted it.
Yeah, great scene here. Very well deserved victory lap, minus the Gamorrean guards. Tragic. They should have been here.
So how do we feel
Should have been me,
about?
not him. It's not fair.
So is Mr. Vanth just gonna show up down the line in our Mando verse now that we've
100%.
continuing down the show?
I think so. I'm sure he'll just have a patch in the shoulder.
Right. Yeah.
It'll be all good to go.
The post credit seemed more comedic when they showed the fixer upper guy. It's like, oh, I know he's gonna do the Cobb. He's gonna
I love the fixer upper dude.
probably
Yeah.
gonna give him some
I want him
adjustments.
back.
Yeah, he's great.
That's the spinoff I need.
I wonder where did he get hit at, in the hip or in the shoulder? He might.
It was a shoulder.
We might see Cobb come back with a little bionic.
I think Cobb would be a good mayor.
Yeah.
I agree. He's getting a bit too old.
Well, he doesn't have to be a deputy anymore. I'm saying he can be more diplomatic.
Oh, just chilling, signing checks and papers like that.
Like he could be the representative.
A lot of aggressive negotiations.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that plays out.
In general, it didn't tease a season 2, and I've been saying it for all this whole week. Like, I don't think we're gonna get a season 2. This finale didn't say, "Oh wow, now I need a season 2," like the Bad Batch or whatever. Not at all. So, and I think it ended how we all expected, right? Boba Fett was gonna come to this city. He was gonna get not really well liked by them, and by the end of the series, he's gonna get the love of the people, and that's exactly what happened. So I think it's gonna work out when we get the big event a la Thrawn, where Din's gonna be like, we're gonna need some backup, and all of Tatooine, or at least Mos Eisley, Mos Espa, wherever Boba rules, they're all now, after saving Boba, after uniting together, They're all going to come help defeat Thrawn later on, with the help of the Mandalorians or whatever. Just to be part of that big battle that we're going to get in a few years. But it works. I think it's a very good conclusion to the series. It's predictable, but a well-deserved, a good character finish for Boba's journey. I just think overall, in terms of the series overall, this wasn't a series I was really wanting at all. Like all throughout 2021, I'm like, oh yeah, Boba is coming next week. Yeah, I guess it is. We're gonna be reviewing it. And the first couple episodes, I was like, oh, okay. The first episode was pretty good. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, but I liked what it was talking about. I liked what it was setting up. Yeah. Then episode 2 blew my mind. I'm like, this was great. A great symbolic episode. Visions, dancing by the fire. Like, oh my gosh. That's still probably my favorite episode of the series. So well written, so well done. And I even, contrary to public opinion, I liked episode 3 and 4. I wish there was more stuff. I think the pacing is a justifiable argument. It could have been padded out better, but I liked what they were talking about. I liked the scenes. Give me a good Star Wars campfire scene. I liked that stuff between Fennec and Boba. Again, my big criticism of the show is that I wanted more, which is always a good criticism to have. I wanted more of the Boba and Fennec stuff. I wanted more of the Boba and his people stuff.
More of what was already there.
More was already there.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't episode 5 where I'm like, oh, I feel it again. I feel it again. The Filoni and Favreau of it all in terms of connections. And this is my big criticism of the show and of Disney Star Wars in general thus far under Favreau and Filoni is that they feel the need that just because this is Star Wars, because we're in the same timeline, we have to connect everything, especially because they're leading towards something. Mando Season 2 taught us that, and the Disney Plus Investors Day thing taught us that they're padding this out for inevitable big battle conclusion, most likely Thrawn. And I can feel that through Mando Season 2 by putting in Boba, putting in Ahsoka as a backdoor pilot, and then putting in here, Mando takes over all of Episode 5. And I love Episode 5. It's one of my favorite episodes of the series, probably right below Episode 2 for me.
But it could have been interchanged.
You could have cut half of that. I think I like the first half. The ship stuff, I love it, but that could have been episode 1 of Mando Season 3 easily. Like the ship didn't factor in at all to this finale, except of him and Grogu. Oh, we didn't get to it, but him and Grogu in the ship in space, very cute.
Him in the bubble was adorable, and then him just like go faster again.
Really,
but every time he's tapping, I was like, stop, break it, stop.
I know. So like, isn't that like the emergency flood thing?
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. But I wish they didn't have to rely on Mandalorian, because then you were always my favorite episode because the Mandalorian is in it and everything was so boring. It's like, I don't think people would have had the boring excuse if they would have mapped out, minus those things, having consistent Boba and
cutaways
stuff, consistent Tusken stuff throughout the series. People liked episode 2 a lot, and what was the key ingredient? The Tuskens. People really came around to those flashbacks.
Yeah.
And sorry, Ethan.
Okay. So I enjoy this show quite a bit. Most notably the stuff with the focus on Boba. Although of course I like the Din stuff because it's Din. Though I have come to a conclusion. I even tweeted this out today that overall the Luke stuff has ultimately been a useless detour that ultimately didn't go anywhere because Grogu's now back with Din, same as before. Ultimately I think this has actually made season 2's finale even worse because again it didn't go anywhere.
Pause. I'm sorry, Nathan. I saw that tweet and I was like, King Nathan, because I agree. The Mando Season 2 finale. What did people say? Evan, give it a chance. You don't know what might happen. I gave it a chance. Look what happened, motherfuckers. He had a whole half episode of Luke training and Luke himself saying, well, I'm just helping him remember things he already knows. Then why are you here?
Yeah. So,
why are you here?
That's my thing. What you literally could have done is just you could have had Grogu, step into this Force stuff on his own, like just
Yes.
discovering it and like
With
re-remembering
Din.
if you want to with Din, yeah. And ultimately, you could have had more again, like the focus conflict we were saying before. Have more of a focus with like what the Darksaber and Bo-Katan, like have that focus. And so I remember someone had a theory of like, hey, what would happen if like Bo-Katan kidnapped Grogu to force Din to duel?
Yes. Yes.
And so ultimately, all I've seen this like Luke stuff to come to be is just aiding to the Ahsoka backdoor pilot stuff, which you could have just had Luke be there in the Ahsoka show if you wanted to do that. So
I honestly, that would have been the most perfect fit for it. I still probably would have complained about it, but I still would have liked it because Force stuff. There's a history there. We could have got that first scene between Luke and Ahsoka there instead of having them already have met, kind of in Boba season 2 or Boba season 1 here. And I'm just like, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, Nathan, sorry.
But yeah, so just to my point, if we just didn't have like the Luke Jedi intersection stuff of Grogu, which has just kind of been dropped, given that we're just here now and again, it was just backdoor pilot stuff. You could have spent not only time making a even more impactful season 2 finale that actually was gonna go somewhere and not just back to square one. You could have had more opportunities to tell. Flesh out a bit more of Book of Boba Fett to have an even more emotional payoff in that regard as well.
Agreed.
So ultimately, while I do have intrigue in the Luke stuff of what they present personally, I don't think it's aiding either stories, and it's just detracted from both of them.
Fucking mic drop, Nathan. I don't even say anything.
All right, I did it.
Mostly because I've said that in 2019, but I agree though. I don't want to take away from Nathan said. I 100% agree. After watching these two series reach their conclusion, at least season 2 and Boba's series, I'm like, I completely agree. I think that takes away from it. Again, people in Mando season 2 were like, well, what else would have gone? Mando's journey was supposed to reach the Jedi, and it makes because my argument was it didn't make sense. And people are like, what do you mean? It makes sense. They teed it up when he was on that mountain. He communicated with the Jedi. Yes, because they wrote it that way. But you didn't have to write it that way.
Yeah.
Or you could have wrote it, and guess what? Just like The Last Jedi, nobody responds. That's what you could have had. And then I like what we got in this series where, in Boba Fett, where Mando was off alone. You could still have that with Grogu having been kidnapped. You still could have had Mando by himself. Because I think
it would have made Din way more desperate.
Yes.
Than he was he was more pondering and desperate.
Yeah. And it's still a very interesting character journey for Din to go without something that he's had so far. I think that was very smart of them to separate because it helped us really appreciate Din and Grogu's relationship even more than we already had. Mm-hmm. And I liked when he's talking to his people. Like that, it leads to some interesting stuff. But either way, that had nothing to do with Luke.
So now in my brain, just thinking like how things could have gone, I think you could have had this episode 5, which was all focusing on where Din was with this Darksaber and the remainder Mandalorians. Have that not just be the season 3 premiere. You could have set it up that he still has Grogu with him, takes him to the Mando place because they are,
okay.
They are a pack, and you can still have the setup with Din getting kicked out. And he starts his journey to, go to the waters under Mandalore. But before that, obviously, he needs a ship. So you can still have it play out where he goes to Amy Sedaris' character and just do the babysit thing again. Just like, please watch him while I do this very dangerous task. And just, boom, we're on a roll. We didn't have the Luke thing, and we're just on the roll.
And you still could have had them where they show up in the finale and Grogu helps out Din here. It's like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, well,
sure.
Things got hairy or whatever. We wouldn't have minded it. Like, I think Grogu really rocked here.
Good. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah. Instead of Luke, just have those two fuck, bro. Because hell, we had the Beskar spear take out one of the troopers. So yeah, and they're fucking the kings of Beskar. Fuck it, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I like a lot of the Grogu stuff here, but you're right, Nathan. Cutting Luke out doesn't change a lot from the story, and that's a problem. Where you can cut it out and still have the same product.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
Palpatine shit. getting deja vu.
Yeah,
Getting deja vu, Evan.
Whereas like Palpatine
Dave
doesn't
shot.
affect the story.
We would.
Ray-
We still could have had just a better version of her inheriting the Skywalker name in the same manner. We would have ended in the exact same fucking spot. Just way more satisfying.
Because by the end of the
Right.
movie, she rejects the Palpatine line, so it didn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
I'm
Except
tired, Bob.
I think they're going for the ability of the rejection means so much to Rey, but it's like no, it's unnecessary. Yeah, that's
Table it for the comments.
table that
Table
for
it for the
6 weeks from now.
Where you posted the Batman by that point.
Yeah, we would have seen the Batman.
Oh, I just got my tickets today.
I still haven't got my tickets because I just paid so much money yesterday, but I'll get my tickets. I'll see you Thursday. What was I gonna say? But yeah, I agree 100% with Nathan and Carson. I think as a group, we all realized that the whole Luke and Jedi thing really bogged down season 2. And back to Boba Fett, it kind of bogged down the series. Episode 6, people says it's one of their favorite episodes. I didn't love a lot of it. I loved like the Cad Bane stuff. I liked the Boba Fett stuff because that was relevant to the story. Boba Fett is a problem when your main character does not have a line in 2 episodes. I don't care that this is just because it's Star Wars, it's connection, so we don't mind. It's a book, right? No. I gave the first one a pass because it's an interlude, and the episode is great. Thank you, Bryce Dallas Howard. But the second episode, no. And yeah, it kind of like petered out my fulfillment and my expectations for this show. I'm like, okay, they're doing back what they did in season 2 for Mando. So yeah, that kind of really let me down there. I think Boba's character could have been even more enriched. I'm not the biggest Boba Fett fan, but I've become more of the series. I think I would have became even more of a fan if it was more consistent writing on the series instead of all these connections. But overall, it kind of exceeded my expectations. It's still a messy season overall. But I would rank the Disney Plus stuff, Mando season 1. Do I like this more than season 2 of Mando?
I gotta rewatch.
I gotta rewatch because I don't know anymore now. Because I think those last 2 episodes, even though Mando season 2 got to be so connection heavy, and I don't like the Ahsoka stuff, and I don't like the Luke stuff, and I didn't even like the Boba Fett stuff. I might like the Boba Fett episode even more now. I might come around on that one maybe because of the Book of Boba Fett.
Well, it's interesting because I think for the first half, the first 4 episodes, we were like, I like where this is going. Because I think really the problems only began to arise with the Ahsoka episode because just like, what do you mean where's Thrawn? We're doing this?
Yeah.
But now
where's Thrawn?
And then we get Boba, which I think we're back around on, especially with him and Fennec.
But even that one, I was like, it was a bit too much action, and we didn't get that dialogue. We had to wait till Book of Boba Fett to get some dialogue between Boba and Din.
Right, but now in retrospect, now that we have a fleshed out, I think we can look back now, in the same way Clone Wars with the prequels. And then episode 7, which I think we
liked a lot.
I liked a lot, yeah. Din taking off the helmet for Grogu, like, oh shit,
very well done episode.
And even like and even a lot of the finale, minus some end game points for Gideon and Luke.
What did we say during the finale? We were like, this first half rocked.
It's like it's going down. Here we go. Oh shit!
Getting the gang back together. They're talking with the Bo-Katan. They're like, okay, what's going on here? Even the fight against Gideon was well done.
Yeah.
It was just everything after that. Those last 15 minutes, man.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Right.
Yeah.
And then, but we did get that. I do admit I like the emotional Pedro Pascal scene where he's very emotional by seeing Grogu leave. You could have still had that with Bo-Katan taking him prisoner, but either way, because they're all just standing when Luke just comes in. It just drains the finale.
Yeah.
But it looks cool.
Now to that point, coming up next, and I think a good cross section to our next point. I believe our next series, live action wise, is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Which to that point, man, whatever they give me, I think I'm probably gonna be okay with. Because
for real,
I'm expecting.
Obi-Wan is a character. Yeah, Carson, do you have any final thoughts, real quick, about Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think everything's been said. part of me wishes it was just those first 4 episodes. It was 5 episodes. I don't know. It's just like
I like the finale because it was so focused. But this series for me, I can't stop thinking about the whole Luke thing last week, or the Mando dominating the entire episode. Now again, they're lucky it was well shot and well directed and written, but this is Book of Boba Fett, and I think they lost the focus there. They lost the way.
Yeah.
And now I can't even compare it to Mando season 2. They're just so iffy. I think Mando season 1 is still up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, up next, I'm so happy because in terms of refreshing, we got Kenobi, Bad Batch, and Cassian all before we get Mando season 3.
Yeah. And
So
let's get into it.
We're taking a break from Favreau and Filoni here.
yeah, so Obi-Wan coming up. I was saying real quick, just like, if we're gonna do whatever. Just as long as they don't bring Maul in, I'll be fine. Because I've been starting to see that pass around. I'm just like, you fucks, go watch Twin Sons. It's the best animated duel in my opinion.
And the Maul stuff would happen after the show, right? Obviously,
It's
way later.
It's
anyways.
At most only like a couple years before New Hope. It's the Alec Guinness age. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So people are assuming that they want just a Maul to fight Ben Kenobi anyways and have both of them live. Like, we know the plot. I mean, I guess the same thing with Vader and Kenobi. Both of them are going to live after this fight in the show anyways. But
this one's more different because a lot of people forget Maul's side is like Maul didn't even know Obi-Wan was alive, and he made it his like mission to hunt him down, and this was the confrontation.
Great point. Yeah, very well. Yeah, exactly. So May 25th for Kenobi.
Day before celebration,
which I think works. Were you guys already going to be in LA at the time?
Yeah,
I think
hopefully.
me and Carson will be around, so if you want to come in early, I haven't joined that reaction.
Fuck them kids, let's go.
If I get off Thursday, I could come Wednesday afternoon, but
You mean Tuesday afternoon?
No, that'd be when I have to come into school on Wednesday, and then.
Oh damn! Well, celebration's on Thursday.
Celebration starts on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I'll come in at night on LA Wednesday. God, I hate this so much. I think this ended a week earlier. So yeah,
Is there really no way out?
No way home.
I mean, I could call off, but 2 days before the end of school day is just
iffy.
That's iffy for me. I mean, I could do it. My math teacher called off again today.
Aren't you leaving the school? Doesn't matter.
Not really. But I'm a man of my word. This is the way. I ain't leaving.
Name of honor.
So we're all going to be watching in our hotel rooms. Yeah, my biggest question is, I think they still have a big Kenobi panel where they replay the first episode with Ewan and Hayden there, and then at the end of it, Nathan had the idea of like, just go into the credit. Instead of going to the credits, it just goes to the sizzle, like kind of what we got like with that Mando teaser. For the rest of the season, we get the sizzle.
Just like some shots, like it's like boom, boom, like Inquisitors, Coruscant. Oh shit, Vader.
Yeah, literally like 15 seconds. That's all I need. Because there already be trailers out at this point, right?
I actually disagree with that a little bit. I think I would be disappointed if I go to Celebration and I get the episode that I saw the night before already. It's
you want episode 2? All right.
Oh, but with fan energy, man.
I mean, fan energy, cool, but it depends on how good episode 1 is. I mean, we're hoping it's great, and I think it'll be a slower paced episode actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if I go to Celebration, I'm thinking new.
Or is there no panel whatsoever? Which I think was.
There could be
just
no
focus
panel
on all the on Andor.
I think there'll be a Disney Plus panel in general. Oh no, I think they want to spread out the days.
Spread them out.
Yeah, they spread them out. I think they spread them out, but they could have a Kenobi panel. I just feel like they do a sizzle. They'll talk about the show.
It's Hayden and Ewan though. Like that's such a big panel opportunity.
Have them talk about it.
It's the Attack of the Clones panel, baby. Anniversary.
Bring them out. Have them talk about it, but just give us a teaser trailer for the rest of the season. You don't have to. Which would be hard though, because look, by the time May 25th comes around, we'll already have had
2 trailers,
a trailer, maybe 2 at tops, TV spots
probably
for a future episode, not just episode 1. They could pull a Book of Boba Fett, but even Book of Boba Fett, they revealed what episodes 1, 2, and 3. So,
man, this is why I'm just like, can they wait one day and just premiere day 1 of Celebration and then drop it on Disney Plus? Oh, right after.
Yeah, didn't they literally like?
But at this time we have more time to watch it, right, Carson? Because
didn't they do like a Friday and then Monday, May the 4th for Clone Wars or something?
I don't remember that.
That sounds familiar to me.
Like something was like doubled up within a week.
Yeah, within a very short time span. But I mean, if they showed it on Thursday, we would all be at Convention Center. It'll be all, so we'll be having to avoid Twitter as we will talk about Kenobi episode 1, right, Carson?
Unless they do like a
I would say that we have the panel and then like big overflow stages where we could go watch it like we did like the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Okay, yeah.
And we watched it live with fans for the first time.
Then that would solve it. That would be cool. But alternate timeline stuff. We're getting to May 25th, baby. So yeah, I'll probably arrive Wednesday night. I'll pull a Carson in Chicago. Arrive at night.
Sneaking over sleeping bodies.
Did you do that?
Yeah, because remember my hotel was like a hostel, and so like when I went back after we went out to dinner that night, like everyone was asleep, and I had to like.
Wow, are we all at the same hotel? Or am I at a different hotel than you guys?
Yeah, you're at the same hotel as us.
Whatever Carson has booked, I'm just following. I don't really know.
We'll figure it out. We still don't know if we're in-house or not, which is very interesting. We don't know if this is a digital celebration. Maybe the 25th thing is because it's digital and we're not at a celebration.
No way.
I don't know. I'm kidding. Kind of.
Don't do this.
Not like this.
I really hope it is in person. Plenty of time. But yeah, how do you feel about this? May 25th. I think it's fun. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so what does this do for... I think what they're going to do now is they're going to do Bad Batch episodes... I think it's going to air the beginning of April. They'll air the first 2 episodes. Or maybe even and then that will bring us right up to the week, and we'll be done with part 1 of season 2. We watch then 6 episodes of Kenobi. Then
so
Bad Batch part 2, to the end of the summer, and then casting it in the fall sometime.
Now that we know when Kenobi's coming out, let's look at when it ends. So Kenobi comes out May 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 1, episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it ends on June 29th.
Oh, June 29th. Okay.
June 29th. That's if they don't double anything up, which they probably won't. June 29th. And so between June 29th and the end of the year, we're going to have Andor, which is 12 episodes. July, August, September. So there is time if Bad Batch... No, but Bad Batch is confirmed for spring. Never mind. Because I'm like, they could just delay Bad Batch till after Kenobi at this point. Because we still don't have a release date, and Bad Batch is coming before.
I think it's going to
Kenobi.
come on first week of April. That's my prediction.
We need a release date ASAP then, right? It's about to be... We're hitting March next... Wait, what date is it? February. We're hitting March in a few weeks. So we need a release date very soon. I feel like we didn't get the Clone Wars release date till...
Yeah, it goes quick for animated shows.
It goes quick. So yeah, that still works. So I agree with you, Carson. April. So yeah, that's like 8 episodes easily before then. But there'll be no break for us. It would be consistent.
No break. Yeah, it would have to be right into Kenobi.
Which even for Marvel shows, it give us a few weeks. So we shall see.
I guess you can spread it out. If Mando season 3 isn't coming this year, then you can spread it out.
Yeah, I still don't think Mando season 3 is coming until probably December 29th again. But yeah, I'm super excited. Is Deborah Chow directing all these episodes, by the way? She's showrunner, but is she directing all the episodes?
I don't know if it's confirmed.
Maybe we'll get a directorial list soon.
Dave Filoni.
He's back.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Who are they putting in? It's Ahsoka. It's Clone Wars era Ahsoka.
Do we know who the Ahsoka showrunner is? Did they have a showrunner for Ahsoka?
Joby.
No, we don't know anything. We just know Dave's writing.
Tony Gilroy.
It's working on it.
May 25th. Very cool. This is my most anticipated series of the year next to Cassian. There's so much potential. I'm ready for the fan service because I understand it. We know a lot about Kenobi, so this is a one-time span we don't know much about. So it's all these fan expectations, which I'm kind of worried about in terms of expectations. People want a lot of different things from the show. I hope they do that duel right between him and Anakin. I hope we get dual perspectives. They have to.
Yes.
So very exciting stuff here. That's about it, though.
That poster was cool.
Poster's really good.
Good
really
shit.
good. And you can just tell like it's a young Kenobi.
I said before he looks like all the fan edits from when Ewan played Jesus in whatever movie.
God, that was the worst fan. The worst fan.
Oh,
I mean, I thought some of like the fan trailers are actually cut pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
I have
it's
some
a great
comments
teaser
here from Kenobi, or from Ms. McGregor.
McGregor, comment Ewan.
So yeah, basically saying like I'm so excited. The reception of the world is really glowing. It makes me really happy. Just very happy for the show. Here it is. So Deborah Chow directed all the episodes. Oh wow, it says right here.
Oh.
It was a great experience. Deborah Chow directed all the episodes, and she's really good. She directed a couple of The Mandalorian, and she's a really great director. She really knows Star Wars world inside out, far more than I do. Laughs. We had a great time. There's no secret that Hayden is coming back, and we got to play some scenes together as Obi-Wan and Anakin, which is just fantastic to work with him again.
That's gonna be so good.
So good, guys. I'm just having rewatched Revenge of the Sith again. I'm like, these two, great chemistry. Let me see here. The writers and Deb and I and everyone think we crafted a very fine storyline for this season. I think people are really going to like it. That's pretty much it for his role. But yeah, I'm so excited. We got Kumail Nanjiani in this season. Sung Kang Ho. The cast is just phenomenal. So I'm very excited to see who everyone is playing. Speaking about who everyone is playing, though, on to the next story. There's a rumor from Bespin Bulletin that Rupert Friend, people don't know who he was a British guy that people haven't seen a lot of his work from, in the States at least. But he's a very prominent British actor, and he's rumored to be playing an Inquisitor. We knew he played an evil guy. We figured as much. But he's playing an Inquisitor in the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. There are rumors swirling around about the inclusion of Inquisitors in the series, potential spoilers ahead. So spoilers for Kenobi. People don't want to listen to this. But the rumor is he'd be playing an Inquisitor, and some people have said he might be playing the Grand Inquisitor.
Jason Isaacs.
Exactly. Jason Isaacs, Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels, who met his doom in the season 1 finale.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. This Kenobi series takes place far before Rebels.
And it wasn't he later revealed to be like an old temple guard?
Exactly, a Jedi Temple guard who craved knowledge from the Jedi Temple that he was not allowed to see because the Jedi are so forbidden about dark side knowledge, and that kind of what grew him to be so loyal to Palpatine. But this would be exciting if it is a Grand Inquisitor. I think he's a very great character. I loved him in Rebels. Very great antagonist from season 1. And I like that flashback with him that Nathan just alluded to, the Jedi Temple guard of it all. We expected Inquisitors to be in this series, but Grand Inquisitor would be really great. I would have liked it to be Jason Isaacs, kind of like how I would have liked Tia Sakar to be Sabine and Ahsoka. But if they got to change it up, then I believe in them, and I'm excited to see what they do.
Me too. I'm so curious what the actual narrative of this show is going to be in terms of the grand scheme of things. God, yeah, it's just the tension when these guys first show up on screen in live action is going to be fucking insane. Imagine like a entrance walking off a ship, even just like classic Star Wars entrance. Like, oh my god,
haven't had a good like a docking ramp.
Yeah, like
shot in a while.
Like the super extra, like
the Old Republic CGI trailer, the first trailer,
yeah.
where it was like we have returned, or whatever he says. And then, boom. One of the best trailers of all time. I love that one. Yeah, and they retake Coruscant. I love that. But yeah, is Kenobi leaving Coruscant? We kind of get that alluded to in
Tatooine.
is he leaving Tatooine to go to Coruscant or any other place?
Ooh.
We get that alluded to in the concept art, but that could just be concept art. We don't really know. That could just be Imperial perspective, not even Kenobi perspective. But I'm curious. I hope he does. I hope he doesn't. I really don't care either way at this point now. I used to be like, I don't want him to leave Tatooine, but now I'm just like, give me the story. I'm willing to listen. I love Deborah, so I'm ready.
Cal Kestis?
No.
And can we believe this show is finally here?
It's crazy. We've been theorizing this show for years.
Years.
Eons.
I remember
Scoops.
I remember moving into college for the first time, and as I was like pulling up to the dorm, there was the new story coming out of D23 was about to happen, and there was that big rumor that Kathy was going to drop the Obi-Wan Kenobi announcement at the D23 panel, and people were going fucking nuts.
And our boy walks out.
And and it was just like...
It's like, are you going to play Obi-Wan Kenobi again? Yes.
That's so funny. Carson moving into college. I'm moving into grad school. I remember that.
I moved states.
Yeah, that reveal was just so gratifying. I'm like, finally.
Well, actually, I don't even know. This was in fall or August of 2017. I think this was a different D23.
Was that 2017?
Yeah.
Was it Kenobi stuff?
This was before.
No way.
This is before Kenobi stuff was announced.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Oh,
yeah. Remember, but I'm just saying the rumors go back all the way to like then when people were like, "Are we gonna get the Kenobi project? Are we gonna get a Kenobi project?"
And introducing your Han Solo, Alden Aaron. Right?
This is when it still was a movie because there was no Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if this was a movie that was 6 hours. Like, we're getting old trilogy.
I remember in the rumor days of a Obi-Wan and Boba Fett movie spinoff in the, like a Star Wars story before Disney Plus. And hey, I mean, hey, we got it. Basically.
And I was so upset. I was like, I don't want to wait a whole year just for a Boba Fett 2-hour movie. That'd have been so bad. But now we get 3 series a year or more.
And it's longer runtime, more development.
Exactly. Yeah. Or Mandalorian. Hey yo. But yeah, Inquisitors, getting off Coruscant, very exciting stuff. Moving on. Stellan Skarsgård. Love the guy. I love these older actors of Star Wars who just give 0 fucks. And because of that, we learned from Stellan that he'll be filming Dune later this year. Hell yes.
For the Dark World Star Stone.
He films that in July. He films Dune in July. And then he said afterwards he'll be filming Andor season 2 in the fall. So I think what?
Wasn't this also a similar thing that Alan Tudyk did talking about K2?
Yeah, he always talked about K2 coming in the second season.
Is K2 not going to be in the first
that
season?
That was so early on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they changed the script so much that
I can't imagine that. I mean,
I can't imagine K2 not being in season 1.
Maybe
right?
Yeah, it's interesting. But man, I am so hyped that they're all in on this show. That just gives me a lot of confidence about it.
This is so extremely hyped because I was worried that it was just going to be 1 season. And I probably would have been satisfied, but 12 episodes, 1 season, that's a lot, and I would have been super satisfied. But give me a season 2 before season 1 is even announced. I'm just like, thank you,
because this is a chance to like give the actual interesting origin to a character that we really just got a glimpse of.
Yes.
And then we can fully get to that tragedy in a sense of all the way to that beach, which is, I think, such a great storytelling opportunity for Diego. It's gonna be fucking cool to see him back, and probably be a little less jaded. He's gonna be more. And I mean, we don't know the whole. I mean, his background with like the separatist stuff and like all these different things. It's just crazy.
More time for more politics, guys.
Yes.
6 years old.
The Senate.
More politics, more Senate, more deception, more lies. But
There's not much of me left.
I'm so excited for this show. I'm so ready for people to be excited for this show because just thinking about it, I don't think we're going to get any of those crazy connections like, oh, who's going to show up? Because, yes, this is during the 3 and 4 time.
Yes, we'll have Bale. Yes, we'll have Mon Mothma, but it's not like they're just going to be blended in as part of the overall thing.
Yeah, exactly. And those big connections are more interesting in terms of we could get actually Kira, or we could get a
Memphis motherfucking Nest, getting the early seeds of
rebellion,
of a more anti-Senate rebellion of like we need to do more than just litigate this shit. We need to like fight.
Is Forrest confirmed for the show or not? Do we not know?
I think it's been heavily rumored. It's not confirmed.
I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in season 1 or season 2. But was that his first time meeting? Actually, was that Cassian's first time meeting him in Rogue One?
Oh, that's true.
It might have been like that.
But you can get around. You could write around that.
Yeah, we could have Bale just talk to him or something.
He knows of him.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Cassian. It could be another character. Mon Mothma. I know they've met a lot. But yeah, Bale, Kira, Enfys, a lot of the solo characters. Yeah, I'm just excited. There's so much more interesting cameo possibilities. And yeah, this time period for Cassian, I'm so excited that they're willing to extend it beyond season 1. I'll be satisfied with 2 seasons, but give me 3, give me 4. Come on, I would love that too.
7.
I think this has a chance.
The Americans.
I think this has the chance to be the best show yet.
I agree.
I might eat my words with Kenobi, but
and the Acolyte.
yeah, I think this show has always just intrigued me from the start. And part of me does like having Tony Gilroy as like the showrunner, as someone who's not like anti-Star Wars, but he's very much like he's not in La La Land with his fandom of it. He's very tactical, which I think is sometimes needed, and it's interesting to see that versus like the Filoni and Favreau approach of like
connections, back to a pilot.
And Tony Gilroy's like, man, you guys need fucking help. Like he just doesn't give a fuck, and like
all he cares about is crafting a great TV show, which is what I'm all about. Because I'm like, for Star Wars, we don't have to worry about connections. We don't have to care about that stuff. I just want a good.
Which obviously I want someone that cares about Star Wars, but like also, I think it's good to have an outside perspective. In an era where we have now a lot.
If you tell a good story, I will care.
Fans, building the story.
Which the people working on this, like from the production people committee to the, I don't know who the writers are, but I believe
Joby.
Just when we see us also far in that sizzle, they seem so like enthralled by this Cassian endeavor.
Yeah.
So, very exciting stuff. Other news to round us out. The new Han Solo comic that we talked about last week by Mark Guggenheim from Arrow fame. He said throughout the limited series, there is going to be, straight up from issue number 1, coming out, I think in April or March or April. There will be Kira. There will be other solo characters in the comic book, other Book of Boba Fett characters in the comic book as well.
Whoa.
Where is this taking place?
A couple years before A New Hope. They released a couple preview images today. Oh wait, I don't have it on my bookmarks. Whoops. I'll see if I.
Fennec.
I'll find it. But I'll talk about it later. I don't want to scroll through my phone. But he said Kira for sure. He said there's a surprise like in every issue, but he said it's a very heartfelt Han Solo story. He felt inspired by the writing from, what's his name? The Han Solo guy, the writer, who wrote Han Solo.
Lawrence Kasdan.
Kasdan, thank you. Kasdan, he felt very inspired.
Ron Howard.
I love Ron Howard. He said he loves Han Solo. He says it's one of his favorite Han Solo or favorite Star Wars movies.
Oh.
And
Solo supremacy.
Is this our Solo sequel? Is this?
Possibly. Like, yeah, it takes place a couple years after Solo, but it's going to feature Kira. Maybe they meet. It could be just another interlude kind of thing.
No.
I'm not sure.
That'd be so sad.
I know. I kind of want them to meet in a television show rather than a comic book. But I'll take it. Star Wars comics have been incredible these last couple of years, even right now. So I'm excited for this comic book. I'm getting more and more excited. Like, yes, it's another Han Solo comic book, but Han and Chewie going on an adventure. There's Jabba, there's Kira, there's other Book of Boba Fett characters. Like, possibly, only thing I can think of is like Fennec, maybe Cad. Cad Bane running into Han Solo, guys. Holy crap.
Whoa.
That'd be fun. Chris Stanton for sure. Because Chewie has fought Chris Stanton in the comic book. So
Cad and Han duel? Yo.
Han is done for.
Who's shooting first now?
Cad.
Yeah.
I never knew Han to be like the best shooter in the world. Yes, he's a very good pilot, but like, is he the best like gun guy? I don't know. He put it good in Force Awakens. That turnaround shot, love it.
Yeah. Ben does later.
Yes. What was I gonna say? And I think the last one came out today. There's a rumored mystery Star Wars production coming.
Tales of the Jedi. No.
Filming in June. Let me go to Star Wars News next. I think they're the ones that showed that. Yeah, mystery Star Wars production reportedly filming in June. I think they said when I skimmed it earlier that's the same location where they filmed stuff like the Star Wars Disney Plus stuff. So we don't know if it's Disney Plus or film stuff. This is supported by Bestman Bulletin. Yeah, the project will be filming at Manhattan Beach Studios, where filming took place for The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and other upcoming live-action Star Wars series. But despite this, the Bestman Bulletin indicated that this show would not likely be another tie-in. It could be the rumored. Oh, there's a rumored Andor spinoff starring Forrest Whitaker. I never heard about that.
Oh.
But they also said it's possible that Cinelink's report of a High Republic era show involving the younger cast could be this mystery project. That what do we call it? Stranger Things in Space that we talked about last week.
Oh yeah.
And then lastly, they say Lucasfilm has a lot in the pipeline. Rogue Squadron, Taika Waititi stuff. It could be any of those rumored movies. So they don't know if it's rumored a movie or TV, but it is taking place where the TV series took place. So it's more likely this is a series. But either way, like we've been saying, if they want to do a movie by next year, they need to start filming this in a couple weeks, a couple months. They need to have sets ready. The script needs to be done. So if they are filming this year for a Star Wars movie, we need to see it ASAP. But that's about it. That's about it, though. That's rumor stuff.
All right.
Exciting stuff ahead. How was Spider-Man, Nathan?
Relaxing.
Oh, we got the expanded Rogue One soundtrack out today. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yes, really cool. For those things, are those only vinyl?
They're on Spotify.
No, it's on Spotify.
Apple Music?
Probably Apple Music.
Okay.
Well, also the Force Unleashed, like what's it called? Upgraded version is coming to Nintendo Switch in April.
Well, not on the PS5. Okay, I see how it is. At least it's not like a cloud version. I heard people were having an issue with Kingdom Hearts being on the cloud version of Nintendo Switch. If you don't know what cloud means, cloud is like you have to have an internet connection to play a game.
Disgusting.
And it's not like an actual. It's not like an actual remastered port. It's just like here's the game on the cloud, and
even fucking
people were having awful errors on Kingdom Hearts. It's really bad. So I'm glad that this is just this is the game. It's now on Nintendo Switch. No internet required, which it should be. That's how it should work. Yeah. I really need to get a Switch. I need it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Bada boom, bada bing. That was the end of Boba Fett. I'm gonna miss the talking Star Wars every week. At least episode wise.
Well, how about episode 4, A New Hope, next week? Catch us.
God, that was so good.
Really great. That was amazing.
Yeah. There goes all my smoothness. I'm tired.
Me too.
With that being said, Evan, where can they find you?
You can find me running on 4 hours of sleep every night.
Ouch.
Yahoo!
Oh.
4 to 5. Breaking my...
Why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I mean, I'm talking to you guys. What time is it right now? 11:28.
Oh, it's our fault.
Go to
It
bed
is,
right
it
after
is.
this.
I should, but I gotta do some
Anime.
TV stuff. Anime, yeah. I'm watching Peacemaker after this, actually.
The live streams.
But yeah, find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9. Trying to beat Carson with Fallen Star. I keep saying that, and I haven't moved an inch. This weekend, this is it. Come on, I'm doing it this weekend. Fallen Star. I'm binging in a day.
That's
So I'll be reading that, watching Peacemaker, watching All of Us Are Dead. There's 12 episodes of this show, which is a lot, but we're nearly done. The show's pretty fun. Watching After Party on Apple TV, which is great. Abbott Elementary on Hulu, really fun show as well. And then Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer ends this Sunday. Season 2 does. 45 minutes this time. It's going to be a very long episode. Attack on Titan, the last episode was a game changer, a world changing episode. So I'm excited to see how they'll adapt the rest of the manga. That's me, Harris, EV9.
Carson.
Over on Twitter at the Film Carson. And yeah, just hanging out, playing some Pokemon. Playing. What else am I playing?
Oh my god, you have so many Star Wars books behind you.
I know. That's my. I made a Star Wars shelf.
That's all Star Wars?
The top shelf is.
Okay.
The
Even
other
so.
stuff is not. Yeah. Yeah. What am I watching right now? Peacemaker. And.
Oh, Euphoria.
Euphoria. Yes, Euphoria episode 6.
6, I think. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, God.
Take it one day at a time.
Yeah, we got lots of. Fuck. And got my Batman tickets.
Yeah.
And
When are you seeing it, by the way?
Thursday.
Just Thursday? Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
Didn't get the investor?
What's about the investor stuff? What is it?
It just worked better. I mean, it's just one day earlier.
Okay.
I think the investors in Dolby. The fan events in IMAX, and then I have both the investor and the IMAX for like the regular premiere day. But if the fan event Tuesday opens, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, sneak in.
So, are you Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or just Wednesday, Thursday so far, Nathan?
Just Wednesday, Thursday.
Got it. Interesting.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's it for me. Gotta still catch up on Attack on Titan. I'm just once I get locked in, I'm gonna binge like the rest of the episodes that I have left, and then gotta get ready for the dub to start coming out on February this Sunday.
This Sunday, yeah.
Fuck.
There's no time.
No time to die.
There it is. Which I hope wins best original song at the Oscars.
Let's go. Go Billy.
Absolutely. But that being said, I don't watch anything, do I? I'm just here. I just exist 2 days a week, and then I'm trapped in my job for 5 days. Except Euphoria night. That's a good one.
Taco night.
Taco. Well, now not anymore, man. I'm full. I had tacos tonight. Figure something out. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed our podcast, you should hit the like button. Subscribe if not already. Ring that bell. I only say it for Evan now. Yeah, next week we're going to be watching episode 4, A New Hope. Man, and then that will be our bridge through the halfway point of the Star Wars saga for the films. Yeah, man. That being said, hope you guys have a great day. And may the Force be with you always.